What's up, everybody? It's Laura, that RV girl with Travel on RV here at Grand Design, and today I am joined by Chase, and he is going to take us through the incredible Momentum M-Class 392. Let's go. All right, take it away, Chase.
Awesome. A lot of cool new features on this 392M. This is a floor plan that we introduced back at Open House back in October, but this is a 45-foot 11-inch unit that has a phenomenal living space, a nice clean bedroom, all of this great storage that you can see behind me on the front portion, but combined with the biggest garage that we have built. So you can see last year we dropped the generators down so that we could open up this storage, all the nice coin flooring, a nice light to brighten everything up, but just a phenomenal use of space where oftentimes toy haulers lack. So now you don't have to worry about, what you can and can't bring. You can, load this up with totes and bring everything that you need with you.
You're good to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming around to the inside, I think this is where the 392 shines. But it manages, a nice amount of living space, comfortable L-shaped sofa, recliners around here. You've got some nice, dining options that also converts to a desk as well. So you've got tons of storage, as you can see. You've got your charge drawer.
I love the charging drawers.
It is super
cool. Those are
cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like lots of clutter typically on the counter space up top. So now you don't have to worry about that as much. But you can also see the nice hardwood drawers with the dado cut, just making sure that we're, building to a nice residential design. Even come around, you can see tons of space in the kitchen as well. All the counter space for prep on both sides here. You got space on the side of your sink, space on the side for pots and pans, next to your 4-burner range and your nice 24-inch freestanding range. So just tons and tons of storage in this unit. Even things like, making sure that we're not putting the center stile there. So if you have larger plates, things like that, this stuff is all intentional and by design.
And would you mind giving that pull here?
Let's
pull
do
for
that.
me.
Check it out.
I love the hidden garbage can. It's definitely a favorite of mine.
We set it down so it fits under the sink over here as well, but you can see everything is soft close uppers as well.
Love that
and
too.
if you don't think you have enough,
that's
we added some
awesome.
more. Yeah, crazy storage.
Love that.
Yeah. Couple things I'll show you up top before we go into the garage. So we have our sunken showers are typical in all of our Momentums and Solitude product, but you can see we build the tub down into the floor so that you have over 6.5 feet up top here. Not a big deal for a short guy like me, but it is nice. You even have some added height for your skylight, but you can see, you've got your fold down teak seat. You've got your full body sprayer, nice residential faucet as well, and shower head. But a couple new things too. It's like, make sure.
I'll go behind you, Chase.
Yeah, I know, it's a little tight in here, but
there we go.
We're often like constrained in space in the toy haulers and the bathrooms, especially because we're trying to maximize that garage space, but not take too much away. So, fitting in a large sink, we've got plenty of space up here for your medicine cabinet. We utilize some of the storage above the television back here, so you've got tons of linen space over here. But we often, we're lacking a little bit of space on the countertop. So making sure, like, it's not a big deal again for me, but like hair straighteners or hair accessories. And
Are you looking
like
at me?
I am. But we've got these nice metal cups so you can safely, leave your hair straightener in here, and then you can leave them plugged in, but you don't have to worry about them, melting or burning or anything like that. And then when
it's
you're
like
done,
the Grand Design, the accessory drawers that we see in the other bathrooms. Exactly. You've just given it to us in a cabinet.
Yeah, it's in a door. We don't have the big drawer. So
nice.
And then again, plenty of walk around space over here. You've got huge nightstands for CPAPs, drinks, whatever you need to have next to you when you're sleeping. But you've also got USB-Cs, and 110 outlets. So with our solar package, everything in here, if you take the Solar Plus and get it with a built-in inverter, every outlet aside from your air conditioner, your microwave, any of the things that have a heavy amp draw, will be inverted as well, so that you can run your CPAP machine right off of that.
That's awesome. Yeah. And you've got those great cabinets underneath the night tables too.
Tons of storage.
So much storage. Yeah. A lot of storage.
Yes, definitely. And again, if you have a king option, it will stretch that way as well, so you can still fit a king in here in a north-south bed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's go check out the garage.
Let's do that. I'll come up this way. Thank you.
So
this is the largest of the Momentum garages?
This is the biggest garage that we offer in a Momentum right now. This is 17 feet in our 392. It's kind of cool because you can, you know, if you really love that living space, you love the kitchen, you love the bedroom, but you don't need a 17-foot garage, you can also buy the 344M, which is this space with an 11-foot garage. So essentially, what happens is this entire wall just comes back to basically here to where the door is, and now you have an 11-foot garage. But with 17, you just have so much more room. I mean, whether it's your, you know, big 4-seater side-by-sides, whether it's side-by-sides and multiple quads or motorcycles or just kayaks and stuff, or maybe you just really like to entertain. You have certainly these cool desks, which I'll explain in a second, that, you know, you could be using for a buffet or a blender or whatever you choose to if you're partying. Maybe it's just a desk, you know, that you're using your computer and looking out the window on, but you can see most of them are going to have a nice 110 outlet right there to get access to, that if you need to plug in your computer or blenders or crock pots or things like that. So what you're seeing is this is just different ways that these benches, desks, beds, work as part of our Momentum lift suite. So if you check out the Momentum page on the GVWR.com page, you will actually be able to scroll through and watch a video of us demoing the entire thing, because as you can see here, the 17-foot garage, you've got 2 sets of benches. On our 11-foot garages, you would have, you know, a bench and a bench, or this setup right here on any of the 11-foot garage models. And then when you get into anything really bigger than 13, you'll see the 70-inch benches. So you'll get these really long benches that also work a little bit different. You would get 2 of the little tables that support the bed down here. It's kind of cool because these tables can just be moved around and used as a coffee table. They support a ton of weight. They're super cool, dynamic, but you would get 2 of those per bench in any of the 70-inch benches. But man, talking about lift suite here, it's just one of the coolest things. It's really exclusive to Momentum on a toy hauler perspective because the P2K bed lift that we're utilizing. This bed lift is a system that you've probably seen in some Class A motorhomes, you know, typically up over the cab to allow the bed to come down. We wanted to utilize it back here because it uses a single track to provide stability front and back, and then it uses the belts plus some, you know, extra truss work that we did up in the roof to support the beds from a vertical standpoint. By utilizing that one track, we can, you know, put larger windows back here, especially as you look at some of our, like a 395 with a 14-foot garage, huge 60 by 48-inch windows, just monster windows. It allows you to just get tons of natural light with these windows. You know, we were talking about the climate today, or you know, maybe BC where
it's a little cloudy out.
Yeah,
they have brought the rain from Vancouver.
Yeah. So, but if you don't have all the lights, you don't have power, you could still get tons of natural light. But the cool thing is because we're running power to the bed lift itself, because the motor is built within, we might as well utilize that power to get these nice lights that are built in. Because typically in a toy hauler, you know, you end up feeling kind of cavey because if you don't have these lights right above and they're in the ceiling, it just feels kind of dark back here. So then, you know, what we used to do is put lights in the corner, and sometimes those could, you know, be blinding or not actually put off as much light. So for us, now it's just really, really bright back here.
Super bright and open.
Yeah, it feels like this is just an extension of the ceiling that we already have. So
absolutely.
Yeah, so it's cool. Like these, I mean, if you're trying to load a bunch of toys back here because you're utilizing the space as a toy hauler, that's great, because these just go from this desk or tool bench or whatever you want to call it, just down a way to give you all the width, you know, or it acts as a nice seat here with nice lumbar support, so it's comfortable.
That's important.
It is important, but then those lumbar pieces actually are being used as a filler cushion when it makes the bed all the way across. So it's super dynamic, but it's also really, really easy to use. I mean, when you want to put the bed down, because it's independent, the bed is independent of the benches itself, literally you just come back here and you've got your switch on the wall. Oh, wrong one, my bad. But it just comes down nice, and so you can bring it all the way down here to this height, but then when you're ready to put it back up, you just flip it back up. It's not a situation where you need to bring the lower portion up to bring the top down. Holds a ton of weight. You can see it doesn't wiggle even though it looks like it might. So just a really, really nice feature, and something that we believe is going to change really toy haulers. I mean, We keep calling it a toy hauler, but ultimately this is just a flex space, a space that you can use for, like I said, entertaining, a desk, an office, kids' rooms. It's whatever you need the space to be. Even if you wanted to put your own furniture back here, you could certainly take these cushions out. You could take these desks and fold them right against the wall and put your own sofa back here if you really wanted to. So, you know, the lift suite, beyond that, a couple changes that we made this year was adding the L-Track system in our M-Class and our TH. So an adjustable tie-down system that is bolted and mounted into the frame. It's really, really cool. We made sure, I left this one exposed, but we have these inserts that, you know, protect it from dirt and debris getting inside, but also just gives it a clean look when you maybe don't want to see this as a garage. So that combined with, and we're not going to climb over it right now, but you've got a huge beaver tail storage box back there. That is the largest beaver tail storage box that I've seen in toy haulers. Just added space for cables, straps, tie downs, things like that. Anything that you may need for any of your camping experience that'll fit back there. So
nice.
Just a couple really cool features of the 392, especially in this big garage.
Awesome. And I noticed too, we've got washer dryer prep here. Also above where I was standing and you were too, we've got a single loft up top. Your TV's up here for catching the game on the patio. And I mean, to finish off the space, you've got a little powder room too. So all in all, I always say I love toy haulers for more than just their capability to haul toys because they're so versatile.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Chase. This was awesome here at Grand Design RV. But you guys back home, if you want to get your hands on this Momentum 392, come on into Travelland RV and we'll get you hitched up and on the road. See you guys soon.
See ya. Thanks.